What you like today? Pick your color.
Hey NailTubers, now this will be a comparison video, but I can't wait for you to see these nails, and I have a lot to talk about. So these are the same nail tips that I use on myself, the 3XL tapered. But today in particular, because I often don't show this when I'm wearing peel-off base coats so as to not mess it up, I want to emphasize that you really should blend the surface of the nail tips to your natural nail bed. So you see me doing that. And you can do this with an e-file or a hand file because it's really not that hard to do. What this does is brings the edge of the nail tip flush to your natural nail. And from here, you can also prep the entire length of the nail, but it's a matter of preference based on the nails that you're doing. Then the clear layer, you'll only see me do the nail bed, and that's to go over that blending that I just did and also protect the natural nail. You can also do the entire length if the plan is to save the structure and change the design later. But I'm not, since I'm working on the practice hand, and these long nails take a lot of product, honey, okay? So I wanted to be sure to show you that. See how it looks to be one whole surface? So first I want you to know this is pretty much very close to real time, and it's only sped up by a half speed because I really wanted to show the blending. And also, I do have a few things to say about these acrylic powders, and you're going to want to hear this as you watch. I really enjoyed working with these acrylics, and let me tell you, they made doing this set hassle-free. For the pinky, I only took the red up so far because I'll be adding to it after I'm done using the red. Then I skip the ring finger and continue with the red to the middle and index fingers. And I want you to watch how much time I can spend working this acrylic. This is nothing like the last set when I worked with that pink acrylic. Remember, it was setting fast and was chalky. And I also want you to keep in mind how I didn't pressure myself over one bead, two beads, or whatever. I used as many beads as necessary and worked more towards a smooth finish, which was easy to achieve with these acrylics. And it's not that it's a slower setting acrylic powder either. It's more about how easy and stress-free the application. And keeping in mind, this is still the same pace at only a half speed faster. Red is another difficult color, so I took my time in the cuticle area, and I like how this was turning out. And here's another view. See how this sits until I get to it? And I do apologize, as you'll see in a moment, where the camera cuts off for the memory being full, so I had to download to clear it. But even with this black, which by the way is the same black when I did those rifle nails, and the black will go on the thumb and ring fingers. I mean, just look at this. That pink would have been setting and hard to move by now. You really should see that video, and you'll have a better idea of the comparisons I'm talking about. The link is at the end of this and in the description box as well. Look, I literally moved it from one side to the other and could still work it in place. Now watch this, because during this gap, I'm actually cleaning my brush. Then I noticed where I missed getting to the side. And look, I come back to it and it's still workable. Would it surprise you if I said these are the same brand as that pink that I used in the last video? Which is why I keep comparing them to the pink. And I actually went back to make sure. That pink acrylic I used for the Hello Kitty nails in these colors are by iGel Beauty. And this is how they turned out, smooth and beautiful. So you don't usually hear this, but I have talked before on a number of occasions about acrylics not all being the same, even across the same brand. And this supports what I've explained. And from here, it'll move a little faster as we get into the nail art, but it'll still be easy to follow. I've been waiting for a reason to use these square glitters, and I needed it to be a type of blue. This part of the design, it's inspired by this female warrior in Wakanda Forever. See the scales on her armor? Oh, and real quick, that pinky was recorded when I added those other colors, which were also by iGel Beauty. I accidentally hit delete, guys, instead of transfer when I was downloading. So I used a thin layer of base coat to secure the glitter, laying them overlapped like the scales in the photo. And this was cured for 30 seconds. My idea was to depict things in the movie, which I haven't seen yet, but still wanted to have some of that glam. You know, we got to have it. And since this was the only thing that needed encapsulation, I go on with the clear on all the fingers, and you'll only see a portion. I mean, I had to edit something out. Oh, and I really didn't focus on an apex since this was the practice hand, and it's really more about showcasing the nail art too. So as far as these acrylics being different, doesn't necessarily make that pink one bad. What I actually want to convey is something I've spoke on before and what you don't usually hear. You have to understand that there are different types of acrylics. Which is also why I've said, as much as I enjoy seeing product reviews, I still tend to make my own assessment. Because it really does take a complete use of the acrylic, which is pretty much what I did with that pink. So here's something to think about / a question for you. If you were hired to work at a nail shop or salon and they only used one brand acrylic and that brand happens to be the one you didn't feel all that great about, what would you do? This acrylic was so smooth, I pretty much did all the shaping by hand, except for the cuticle area, so you see me goofing around here. After the hands are cleaned and washed, just like you would do a real client, I laid matte finish for the freehand art, and I cured that for 60 seconds. So that enemy female warrior, and I don't know what they're called, her uniform had gold trimming, and I tried to capture a portion of the shape of the lining around her breastplate. This is giving Wonder Woman vibes though. And for the Dora Milaje, the female warriors from Wakanda, they have this collar layered by multiple rings. And I chose gold because she is the highest ranking. And I cured this metallic gel for 60 seconds. Then, their uniform is supported and braced in this brown leather strapping, which I use sculpture gel to create. and I cured that for 120 seconds, the equivalent of 2 minutes. 2 minutes. The ring finger was my personal test. I was creating a smoky, stormy background by sponging on white gel polish and cured that for 30 seconds. An image of a face, which the color ended up being too light, but this was cured for 30 seconds. And from here, every layer of color was cured 30 seconds, just so you know. I added detail to the face, then began to shade it in. Now it doesn't look exactly like Shuri. By the time I was doing this, it had gotten late, and you know what I'm about to sing. My eyes was playing tricks on me. I'm still happy with how this turned out, and you'll see it better in the reveal, because I did do a little more touching up. Then I added my own touches. Oh, and as much as I wanted to include doing the thumb, OMG, I couldn't. I actually curled up on the couch with Sniper and crashed. And during the night, I felt something hitting against my face. Guys, it was Sniper. He had turned in his sleep and must have been dreaming about running and playing. And his back paws were slapping me in the face. I hope you enjoyed this set and the information that I shared with you. Go ahead and click the like button because I am so proud how these turned out. If you'd like to see the Hello Kitty set I did with the pink, you can find it by clicking here. Then you can see the comparison in the acrylics. Remember to subscribe for more and click the notification so you don't miss it. Thank you so much for enjoying your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Much love.